We did what we did to our boss because we hated her. We wanted her to suffer a little. But now, I think we went too far because what is happening now, eh? Now, I can't even sleep at night. I work in a fabric shop in Lagos. Let's call the owner Madam Gina. Madam Gina is not like other women. Anytime she enters the shop, her head is always high in the air. She wears expensive clothes, heavy perfume. She never says good morning. She'll just look at us from head to toe and frown. Is this how you people arranged my materials? She will shout. Are you trying to destroy my business? Don't you have sense at all? We will just stand there quietly. Sometimes she adds useless workers. She talks to us like we are nothing, as if we are dead. And the reason, she has a rich husband. That is all. Let's call her husband Adam. Big man Adam. He owns many businesses and cars. Madam Gina enjoys life because of his money. And that money has made her very, very proud. My closest friend at the shop is Ruth. Ruth and I suffer together. During break, we sit at the back and eat our small food. One day, Madam Gina walked past us, sniffed the air and said, "Ah, what is the smell? Poor people's food. It will chase my customers away. Hurry up and carry it and go and eat outside." Ruth clenched their teeth. I just swallowed my saliva. The insult was too much. At the end of every month, our salary is very small. By the time you pay transport and buy food, nothing is left. Still, Madam Gina will sit at the counter, counting money and laughing on the phone. "Dubai next time," she said one day. No, last time was London. All from her husband's pockets. Slowly, I started to dislike her. Ruth's own anger was even worse. During break, I would whisper, "One day, God will judge her." Ruth would reply softly, "God is taking too long." I ignored that comment. I endured everything because I needed the job. But the way Madam Gina spoke to us, the way she made us feel useless, it planted something bad in my heart. I didn't know Ruth was already thinking deep. Then one afternoon, Madam Gina shouted at me because I misplaced one fabric. "Are you mad?" she screamed. "Is your brain working at all?" I held back tears. Later, Ruth pulled me to the side. Her voice was low. "This Afrine," she said. "Are you not tired of it?" I nodded. She looked straight into my eyes. "I know a way to make it stop." My heart started beating fast. "What do you mean?" I asked. Before she could answer, Madam Gina shouted again, "You there, come and clean this place now." I rushed off, but Ruth's word followed me. The shop closed late that night. My mind was not at peace. Ruth's words, "I know a way," played over and over in my head. We walked together towards the bus stop. "Ruth, what way?" I finally asked, unable to bear the silence. She stopped and turned to me. "Our problem is Madam Gina's money. What if that money came to us instead?" I laughed. "How? Should we beg her husband?" "No," Ruth said, her voice dropping. "We make him want to give it to us. We make Adam himself bring it." I stared at her. "Have you gone mad? That man doesn't even know we exist." "There is a man," she said, her eyes gleaming, "in my hometown, a very strong spiritualist. He can tie a man's heart. He can make Adam loyal, make him provide." Juju. My blood ran cold. "Ruth, no. This is a terrible idea. This is touching someone's destiny. This is dangerous. Is it more dangerous than this life?" She fired back. "Is it more dangerous than watching that woman treat us like dirt on her shoe? She's not a good person. Why are we protecting her?" "I am not protecting her. I am protecting us," I said, my voice shaking. "I will not do it. I will have no part in this." We argued all the way to the bus stop. I was firm. No. The next day, I saw Ruth whispering with Peter, the quiet security guard who also suffered Madam Gina's insults. The two of them were close and they were from the same town. I felt a twist of worry, but I told myself it was not my business. Later, Ruth came to me, looking calmer. "Fine, you said no. I hear you," she said. "But Peter is interested. He's just as tired as we are. He says we should at least go and ask questions, just to hear what the man says. No commitment. Will you come? Just to ask questions. I don't want to go alone. Come with us. This felt different. Just asking questions. Just seeing. Just questions, I asked. Just questions. Ruth promised. We will listen and come back. We will not do anything. That is all. Against my better judgment, I agreed. Not to do juju, but to see the path Ruth and Peter were so determined to walk on. And that was the worst decision I could ever make. Because what happened next, eh? Welcome back to my channel, babe, and I hope you are doing amazing today. If you are new here, I'm Vera, but you can call me V. And I share real life stories that will shock you, break your heart, inspire you, and sometimes make you laugh. So if this is something you love, please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Today's shout out goes to Lucy Sapon, Pinecone Smiley, and Harriet Osei Mensah. They were the first people to comment on my last video. Thank you so much for the support, babes. I love you. And without any further delay, let's continue the story. The trip to Ruth's village was very long. Peter, the security guard, came with us. It was quiet the whole way. We arrived when it was almost evening. We went to a small house at the end of the village. An old man came out. He was thin and wore a simple clothes. Ruth and Peter greeted him with respect. They spoke in their own language. I stood far back, holding myself. The old man listened. Then he nodded. He pointed to a small dark hut behind the house. He says we should go inside to talk. Ruth said to me. A terrible fear filled me. No, I said firmly. You said we were only coming to ask questions. We can ask them right here. The old man looked at me. He spoke in their local language. He says the wind outside will still our words. The hut is for private things, Ruth said. She sounded annoyed. I am not going inside, I said. I took another step back. I will wait here. You and Peter can go. Ask your questions. I will wait here. Peter looked at me, then at the hut. Let us stay, he said to Ruth. We will be quick. Ruth was angry, but she wanted this too much to argue. She nodded. She and Peter followed the old man into the dark hut. I was alone. The taxi was waiting beside me. Time passed slowly. I could hear voices from inside the hut, but not the words. I thought they were just going to ask questions and come out fast, but they stayed there for long. Then I heard a low chanting sound. Once I thought I heard Ruth's voice repeating something. Finally, Peter came out. He did not look at me. Then Ruth came out. She looked very calm. In her hand, she held a small dark leather pouch. It was tied tightly with black thread. She walked to me. Let's go, she said. Her voice had no feeling in it. What happened? What did he say? I asked. He said it will work, Ruth said. She held the pouch up. He gave us this. Now we have to wait. Ruth, I thought she said you were going to ask questions. What did you do? It is already done, Ruth said, whether you like it or not. Now all we have to do is wait. What is inside it? My voice was shaking. Things that will bind him, she said simply. She put the pouch inside her bra. As we walked back to the taxi, I told myself, this has got nothing to do with me. I did not enter. I did not touch anything. My hands are clean. For months, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. Life at the shop went on exactly as before. Madam Gina was her usual proud, rude self. Adam, her husband, never visited. Ruth wore the leather pouch every day in her bra. Sometimes she would touch it, her eyes distant. Peter would look at her and then look away quickly, saying nothing. I started to believe it had been all a waste. I felt a secret relief. Ruth's hope began to fade. She snapped at me one day when I asked if she still believed. Maybe it is just nonsense, she muttered. I thought it was over. Then one day, out of nowhere, Adam finally came to the shop. It was a rainy Tuesday afternoon. His big clean car pulled up right outside. Everyone changed. Madam Gina's face lit up with a bright, surprised smile. She smoothed her dress and walked quickly to the door. Darling, what brings you here? She said, her voice sweet. Adam stepped in, shaking water from his coat. He nodded at his wife. but his eyes were already moving around the shop. They passed over the fabrics, over me. Then they stopped. They landed on Ruth. He stared at her. It wasn't a casual look. It was a long, deep stare, as if he was trying to remember where he knew her from. Ruth was folding some lace, her head down, pretending not to notice. "Who is that?" Adam asked his wife. His voice casual, but his eyes still fixed on Ruth. Madame Gina's smile tightened. "Ooh, that one is just Ruth, one of the sales girls. Why?" "No reason," Adam said, but he didn't look away. "She has a familiar face." He walked straight past Madame Gina, over to Ruth. We all watched, holding our breath. "You," he said. "Ruth, is it?" Ruth looked up, her face a perfect picture of shy confusion. "Yes, sir." "I feel like I know you from somewhere," Adam said. "I don't think so, say," Ruth said softly, looking down again. "Maybe I am mistaken," Adam said, but he didn't move. He stood there for another minute, just looking at her, before finally turning and walking into his wife's office without another word. Madame Gina followed him, her back very straight. She closed the office door. Ruth finally looked up. She met my eyes. Her hand went to her chest, where the pouch was hidden. It had started. Adam spent 15 minutes in Madame Gina's office, then left with a brief nod to everyone. But on his way out, his eyes found Ruth one more time. The real change happened later. That evening, as Ruth and I were walking to the bus stop, his car pulled up beside us. The window slid down. "Ruth," Adam said, "can I give you a lift? And your friend too. The rain is coming again." Ruth played her part perfectly. She looked hesitant, glancing at me. "Oh no, sir, it is fine. We are used to the bus." "Please," he insisted, a warm smile on his face. "It is no trouble." I felt bad, the way my wife works you girls so late. "Let me do this small thing." After a little more polite refusal, Ruth agreed. She got into the front seat. I refused, saying my bus was coming. I watched them drive away, a knot of dread in my stomach. The next day, Ruth had a new phone, a small sleek smartphone. He insisted, she told me quietly, at the back of the shop. He said it is for business communication. To message him if Madagina is too harsh. She gave me a small, sharp smile. He asked for my number. Madame Gina, of course, noticed the new phone immediately. "A new phone, Ruth? Where did you get it from?" "Hey, business must be good for you." "My aunt sent it from abroad, madame," Ruth lied smoothly without looking up from her work. Madame Gina did not believe her, not even one bit. Ruth started receiving money, small amounts transferred to her phone. For airtime, Adam would test. For lunch, she began to share the money with me. Not half, but a small cut. A few thousand naira here and there. "For your trouble," she would say. She was also giving Peter some of the money. Peter always stood at his post by the door. He watched everything. He saw Ruth go outside to take phone calls. He saw the new expensive things she brought to work. He watched and said nothing, but I could see the fear in his eyes. It matched my own fear. He went into the hut with her that day. He saw what I did not see. He was always a quiet guy, but now he hardly said a word. We never talked about it because we were not friends like that. Madame Gina did not stay quiet. She was suspecting something. She was getting suspicious of all the new things Ruth was bringing to work. Because now, Ruth was dressing differently. She was wearing better clothes, expensive jewelry, and eating better food. Madame Gina started to investigate. She became sharper and angrier. She checked the account books again and again, looking for stolen money. She made loud comments about thieves and warning all of us she will have us arrested if she ever catches anyone stealing. Then Madame Gina started changing. Things at home were very bad. We did not see it all, but we felt it. Madame Gina started coming to work looking different. Some days, her eyes were red, like she had been crying all night. Other days, her anger was a fire in the shop. She began to act out, even shouting on customers over tiny mistakes. One day, she accused a regular customer of trying to steal a baton. The woman was so offended that she left and never came back. She became unbearable and worse than before. The other girls and I worked in silence, afraid to breathe too loud. Then one Thursday, it became clear. Madam Gina was in her office with the door opened a crack. She thought we couldn't see her, but her voice was raw and loud with pain. Mama, she cried into the phone. You have to talk to your son. You have to. I cannot live like this anymore. She was crying hard. He doesn't see me anymore. He comes home and looks right through me. He asked me what I cooked for dinner, and when I told him, he said it sounded disgusting. He threw the plate into the sink. I don't know what to do. Madam Gina wailed. It is like a demon has entered my house. He doesn't ask about the children. He doesn't care about them anymore. When they touch him or talk to him, he gets angry. Mama, what do I do? He is killing me slowly, Mama. He is killing this family. I cannot take it anymore. Then she said, Okay, come. Please come tomorrow. See for yourself. I am going mad here alone. She hung up. The office was quiet. A moment later, we heard the sound of her crying again. I looked at Ruth. She had heard every word. A small smile was on her face. She touched the front of her blouse, where the leather pouch was hidden. She was not afraid of Madame Gina's tears. She enjoyed them. Peter stood by the door, his back to us all. He was looking out at the streets, but I knew he had heard too. Then Adam's mother came. She walked into the shop like she owned the place. She did not greet anyone. She went straight to Madame Gina's office and shut the door. We could hear their voices through the wall. My son is not himself. Mama's voice was strong and afraid. He does not call me back. This is not my son, Gina. We could not hear Madame Gina's words. Later, Mama came out of the office. She stopped in the middle of the shop. She sniffed the air, like she smelled something bad. Then she left. I kept getting small money from Ruth. I saved it, but the money felt dangerous to hold. The shop was now a terrible place to be. Madame Gina was like a bomb ready to explode. She started having long, quiet phone calls in her office. I knew she was talking to Mama, Adam's mother. When I walked past the door, I heard pieces of the talk. He did not come home last night. The children are crying for him. He told me to shut up. He has never said that to me before. What is going on, Mama? This is not my husband. At this point, I was getting scared because things were getting out of hand. Then one day, I heard the worst thing. Madame Gina was crying. Her voice was broken. Mama, he pushed me and slapped me. He actually pushed me. I felt cold all over. This was getting worse. Madame Gina continued, he has never touched me before. He looks at me like he hates me. Mama, I am afraid of him. I don't know what to do anymore. Please help me. Now, with Ruth, everything was going smoothly. Adam was at her beck and call, madly in love with Ruth in a matter of months. Ruth told me he wanted more, that he had started talking about their future. Ruth was beginning to sound proud and hungry. He said he would get me a big house and my own business. She started bragging about all the things Adam promised to do for her. And at this point, Ruth was not just enjoying the money anymore. She was planning a life with him. She talked to me about it like it was normal. When he leaves his wife, things will be better. Maybe you can run the new shop he buys for me. Maybe I can even take this shop from Madame Gina. And I'll let you run it, don't worry. She said it like she was doing me a favor. At this point, I was beginning to feel very scared. Then one day, I overheard Madame Gina and Mama talking about finding spiritual help. Mama was saying she believes what was going on with her son was more than physical. They said they were going to fight fire with fire. And they were planning on going to see someone for help. When I told Ruth what I overheard, she just laughed and said that they cannot do anything, that nothing is going to happen to her, and that I should stop worrying too much. The small money Ruth was giving me was not worth this, so I stopped taking her money. The next time she tried to slip me an envelope, I pushed her hand away. No, I said, I don't want it. Ruth's eyes turned cold. She shoved the money back into her bag. Fine, be a saint, but don't think you are free. What is that supposed to mean? I asked. Ruth moved closer. You think because your feet didn't cross into that heart, you are clean? You think because your hands didn't touch the pouch, you are not involved? She let out a short, bitter laugh. You went there with us. You stood outside like a guard. You kept watch. You knew what we were doing, and you did nothing to stop it. You came back with us to Lagos with a secret. You have eaten the food bought with this money. You are in this, my friend, whether you like it or not. So whether you take this money or not, you are involved. Hey, I only went to ask questions. I whispered desperately. And what answers did we get? She fired back. You went with us. You saw the pouch. And you have said nothing for months. That makes you part of it. In the eyes of that old man, in the eyes of the spirits, and in my eyes, you are involved. She walked away, leaving me leaning against the wall, feeling sick. Was she right? The standing outside make me guilty. Right now, the shop is a nightmare. Madam Gina is a ghost of her former self. Mama visits more often now. She never speaks to any of us, just watches. Peter has stopped working there. I don't know why. I tried calling him, but his number is off. I am no longer speaking with Ruth, but her words keep playing in my head. You are involved whether you like it or not. Right now, I am even thinking of quitting the job altogether. I am scared out of my mind. But the thing is, I suffered before I got this job. If I leave, I am going to suffer before I get another one. Sometimes, I think I should just tell Madam Gina everything, just confess my small parts, and try to help them undo this. But then, would they see me as a helper, trying to make things right? Or would they see me as a witch who helped destroy their family? I know that right now, they are seeing different people for a solution. And I am stuck. I don't know what to do. Please, if you know much about these things, let me know. Am I spiritually involved? Should I quit this job, pretend like none of this ever happened? Please help me. What should I do? Hey, you people are not scared of anything, no. Babe, this is serious, so this is not a joke. Usually, I don't believe in these things, but I know there are things we don't understand in this world. I think you should quit. It is clear you're not happy there. From the very beginning, you said Madam Gina treated you badly, so just quit. But babe, after you quit, send her a message anonymously. If you want, don't mention Ruth's name. Just let her know that her husband's soul has been tied somewhere. Maybe that can help her undo what is going on. Then you know you've done your part. That is the only thing I can tell you. Now, she wants to know if she's involved in this spiritually. I don't know, because I don't know much about these things. So please help her down below. She didn't enter into the hearts. She stood guard outside. Is she still involved spiritually? Let her know down below. So babe, like I said, quit for your peace of mind. After you quit, send her a message anonymously. And next time, babe, in situations like this, don't involve yourself. This is dangerous. So right now, this man is hitting his wife. It is no longer a joke. It is getting serious. Let me hear your thoughts down below. What do you think? What do you think she should do? Leave your thoughts down below. And now, Abi, you know that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to her in the comment section. And if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.